Well, hello. So it's been forever since I've uploaded a video because I was on my summer break, and my summer was very lame. But it was actually really good at the same time because they say it's true. The last summer you're going to have once you start, your medical career, is the one between first year and second year. So all the physicians, all the clinicians, advisors, were saying really take some time for yourself. Take this summer, go on a trip, see some family, do something you want to do because for the next 10 years of your life, you're not going to have a break. You're going to be rotating, you're going to be on job sites, you're going to be on interviews, you're going to start residency, and it's a mess. And you don't have any free time ever again. So that's what I did. I took the summer and I did nothing. I went to Pittsburgh. I went to Chicago. I think those are the only two major places I went. Went to a wedding and to visit some friends that I haven't seen in a while. So that was the extent of my summer. I did a lot of traveling. And I did an overnight shift in an ER, which was really cool. I really like, I don't really like ERs. I don't think it's, on my list of specialties I want to consider. But over the course of the night, I actually got to see like a couple inpatient psychiatry patients that came in. They were so cool. They were absolutely fantastic to talk to and, to try and figure out and to deal with. So right now, psych has pretty much worked its way into the top couple choices for, probably a medical subspecialty. But I would want to do the inpatient psychiatry. I don't want to do, outpatient medication management stuff. I want to do a lot more with like the lockdown and, padded rooms, floors, trying, people who are really kind of have psychological issues. Psychiatry issues, I don't know. Yeah, like major issues that chemical imbalances and not just, a little bit depression here and there. I want to deal with people who, potentially need to be locked up. Because just, being there for even the couple hours I got to talk to the one guy, and then I went up to the psych ward and I got to see the padded room and, the bed restraints and everything. It was just, for me, it was like living in a horror movie. This is the best way to kind of describe it. But it was, for the same time, for my sick and twisted sense of humor, it was just absolutely the best thing that happened to me all summer. Was that. Oh, and I went to the Rockstar Mayhem Festival that's been touring. With Slipknot was headlining. This is really good. I've never seen them live. They're one of my top 3 or 4 favorite bands. And I think that was really... But, that was an all-day event. That was fantastic. That was absolutely amazing. Slipknot's crazy. Crazy good live. I love Corey Taylor. Anyway. So I've been in second year now for about 2.5 weeks. Yeah, and we dove right in with cardiology. We're in the cardiovascular system, and it's awful. It's great because I'm actually really interested in with neuro. I just hated neuro, and I passed my rounding, and it was just a miserable, miserable experience. Not for me. Not going to happen. I accept it for what it is. But cardio is a lot of work. We're in class literally. It's med school 8 hours a day. But last year we would be in class we would be out by maybe 3 o'clock at the latest. So I head from 3 to 5 to go to the gym, and then from 6 to 10, 6 to 11, 6 to 12 sometimes I would have to study. But now we start a little bit later. We start at 8:30, and I don't think there's been a day this week. There's these past couple weeks where I'm not out before 4:30, 5:30, and there's just no time for anything anymore. So all I literally do is study. Literally. I've been starting to pull the 12-hour days on Saturdays and Sundays, and I just kind of forfeited my social life. So it's great, and but at least it's interesting. Cardio is a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. We've started to learn how to read EKGs, which look like a bunch of scribbly lines, but every single freaking notch means something apparently, and you can locate where based on the pattern that you see in an EKG, you can locate where an infarction is. You can notice, or you can think like, oh, well, this happened. You can diagnose diseases just by, it's really neat. And then for some people who might have worked in like ERs or, been paramedics, EMTs, anything like that, that's second nature to you guys. But I've never had that experience. I've never been able to, read an EKG or, be on a job site like that. So I'm really liking cardio so far. The exams haven't been too bad. I've done pretty well on both of them, but we've had 2 so far. I got another one next week, and there's just a lot. It's literally just a lot. I think that's the best way to, you can't, I don't know. So that's it. Pharm is probably by far the hardest for me because, you learn 16, 17 different drugs in an hour, and each one is like, one major side effect difference, or, in this patient, this one is indicated. You know how pharm works, you know how drugs work, but it just becomes a lot because then it literally comes down to one or two words in the patient description on the test question and of course they're going to put the two options that are exactly the same, but there's one that's, ever so slightly different. But cardio is fun. I enjoy it. I highly recommend it. Recommend it. What am I recommending? I don't know. But as of right now, my top 3 specialties that I'm thinking are GI, cardio, and psych. Those are kind of the front runners for subspecialties. So that's kind of great. But we had a big, because again, I'm in second year, so come third year, I start rotating, and I have to take my boards in June. It's, So all that stuff is starting to flare up. We've had a couple meetings where, the director of clinical education has come in to talk to us, about what to expect in the next coming months because we have to schedule rotations. We can either schedule them based on an area, we can schedule based on a sequence of when we get like a vacation month, or, do I want to do IM in January and psychiatry in the fall, and maybe over the summer I would like to do OBGYN. It's just so much to think about. And it scares the crap out of me. That is, I could rant about, rotation selection for an hour and a half, but already 6.5 minutes in, so I'm just going to kind of keep this one short about that. But it is a terrifying, terrifying thing to think about. And I just don't know what I want to do. I know I want to go to a bigger city. Where I'm at right now it's not substantially large, but I'm a big city kid. At heart, I want to get to Manhattan one day. And I need to experience big city life because I never have. My undergrad was in an extremely small city. I grew up in a small town, like suburbia, so I really want to get somewhere that's bigger like that. So, but, with that comes a lot of competition. And a lot of people aren't fighting to stay where my school is, but a lot of people are fighting, to get to major cities like Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Buffalo, Michigan, somewhere, Boston, everywhere. It's crazy. And it sucks, but that's the end of that. So other than that, with med school, hasn't been doing too much other than cardio. It's a lot of cardio, and it's very interesting. It's very fun for me. So a lot of better attitude than I had through neuro. So hopefully I won't be having as many depressing ones. So again, thank you for watching. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to inbox me. Feel free to leave a comment below or suggest a video topic you want me to talk about. Other than that, have a wonderful evening or afternoon, daytime, wherever it is that you're at. It's 11:02 right now, and I'm done studying for the night, so I'm gonna go to bed. All right, talk to you later.